I'm going to give you a review of two things that just recently came out that I was extremely hyped for, only to be let down in a big way. Let's start at the beginning. I'll take you through chapter 1 here. It'll be like an Ashton Hall morning routine, but without the ice water facial. So I got up, prepared breakfast, 4 hard-boiled eggs. I'm a big egg guy. Big whoop. You want to fight about it? Fuck your mother. It's the breakfast of champions. I was pretty ecstatic. Good hard-boiled eggs. And feeling great. I then came up here to the dojo, to my domain here, and I immediately hopped on Path of Exile 2 because a couple days ago, 0.2 dropped. That's the newest build for PoE 2. It's the new update. I've talked about this a lot. I love Path of Exile 2. I pumped about 250 hours into the first league, and now the second one's around, and I started it last night. Well, yesterday afternoon. It's much worse. The leveling is so tedious compared to what it was. And this isn't a unique take. The vast majority of Path of Exile players are really upset with the current state of the game, and I totally understand why. I was a little tardy to the party because I've been hard addicted to Schedule 1, so I didn't play the new league on drop. So I picked it up yesterday afternoon. I was not enjoying it, but I figured, it was just Act 1. Maybe Act 1's just exceptionally slow and boring now because they made an effort to slow down the pace of the game and a ton of nerfs. But now I came back today, this morning, and I pumped another 5 or 6 hours into it. Now I'm almost done with the campaign, and it super sucks. It's not hard, per se, it's just...
How is your campaign so... How are we doing it so fast? How we do it so fast? Oh, he means Act 3.
Quindy for good.
Oh, wait.
Tedious. Everything has been nerfed,
69
so
is the greatest
I do no
Pro2
damage.
streamer of all time.
Just pain, and it super sucks. It's not hard, per se, it's just tedious. Everything has been nerfed, so I do no damage, but all of the mobs come up and they fucking shake me down for my lunch money, 100 to 0ing me often. Which isn't some new phenomenon. That happened quite a bit in the last league as well, but the problem's been exacerbated.
Why? Bro, I'm gonna be honest, his takes seem way too similar. It's like one-to-one what Reddit's saying. He sounds eerily similar. Eerily similar.
Debated here because everything feels so much worse to play. I'm playing on a witch.
Is that what Reddit's right? Or he's just saying what Reddit's saying? If Reddit didn't exist, would he be making this video? But he did play the game for 200 hours beforehand, so he does like PoE 2.
I didn't play any witch last league, so I wanted to try it this time, and I had heard a lot of complaints that Huntress was underwhelming, so I figured let's start this league with a witch and then go from there. And I've been basically just full dumping into damage, just glass cannon build all on my minions. And it still feels like I'm not even doing damage. I'm more so just going over there and fucking tickling all of them. Like, it feels like my minions are healing the enemy. It takes excruciatingly long to kill just normal trash mobs. It is not fun, and it is a far cry from how it felt in the last league for PoE 2. It has just been infuriating. It is a slog. And don't even get me started on boss fights. I like that they make boss...
When did the word slog get... Why are so many slog annies? The word slog. No one had been saying the word slog, and now everyone's all of a sudden saying slog. It's a lot of... Where do these slog annies come from? I'm sorry. No, I'd admit the utterance of the word slog 0 times in the last 3 years or something. To now it's fair and slog kind of every... 5 times a day at least. 5 times an hour. I slogged your mom last night.
They wanted to make boss fights a little more meaningful here, have a little more meat on their bones. I think that's a good idea, but it does not feel good with the current state of the gameplay here, where you just feel so wimpy and weak. Like, I'm not exaggerating. There has not been a boss fight that I've encountered throughout campaign that's taken me less than, 8 to 10 minutes. And Zalmarath... Don't even fucking get me started on that. Zalmarath, in the current patch here, when you are fighting that boss, that's the boss in the grotto, you're gonna need to stand up mid-fight multiple times, otherwise you're probably gonna fucking collapse and die from deep vein thrombosis. It takes so goddamn long to kill him.
Man, DVDs.
You just don't do damage anymore. And I understand that in the last league, there were things that were broken.
But it's weird hearing him talk about PoE. Obviously, he did with the whole Elon stuff and all that. It's weird. It's weird hearing him yap about PoE. It's like and then it's like he's doing the Reddit take exactly 1-to-1, and it just sounds like AI. It's like they could actually just replace him with an AI. Like summarize Reddit's take. Insert puns. But don't get me wrong, he's right. Like, okay, he's accurately summarizing what most people think. And he ends in some puns.
Trivialized a lot of the experience, and I know GGG wants to make it more slow and meaningful combat, but this is not that. It's slow, tedious, and there is no meaning behind it other than suffering. I cannot stand the leveling in the current patch. So I feel like I wasted like 5 to 6 hours, because then I still have to go through it on Cruel again anyway, and it's just so mind-numbingly boring. It is so boring. Like, I can't even say it's challenging, because it's really not. It just feels bad to play.
Oh, shit.
Like, the challenge is in not falling asleep or rage quitting out of frustration for how long it takes to kill normal fucking mobs. But I'm going to push through and keep grinding it, because all the changes they made to the endgame sound like such a significant improvement that I'm really excited to get there, and hopefully that's where it starts to shine. But they have completely ruined the leveling process. Like, Act 1 through 3 has been truly miserable. Absolutely miserable. Whereas in the last league, I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun going through the campaign. I streamed most of it too. Like, I had a good time leveling. Now, oh my god, it's fucking terrible.
Wait, is it that bad, chat? No, it certainly wasn't that exciting. I feel like a whole, even the build-up. It's kind of like we've opened the present, and now we know what it is. And it's just not that good currently. So then your expectations aren't very high. I think if my expectations weren't very high, but then is it normally GGG? What they do is that your expectations aren't that high, and then they blow your expectations out the water. Although my expectations weren't very high, and it kind of just met my expectations to maybe even undershot them a bit. Right? Yeah.
Disappointing doesn't even begin to cover it. I'm just really surprised that it's in the state that it's in. Like, I don't know who would think that this is an improvement over the leveling experience in the last league. It is, by all definitions, just worse, I feel. I just don't understand what went wrong. I didn't see any complaints about, like, the leveling experience last league. In fact, I saw a lot of praise for the campaign being fun, but maybe I was just in, like, a little echo chamber, my little bubble of friends that really enjoyed going through the campaign.
People definitely complained that it was too hard. Like, there was a huge, like, for the first half week, everyone was saying, the game's way too hard, I can't get past this boss, I can't do this thing, I can't do that. What? Yeah, that was a big thing. They were all complaining. They couldn't do Sanctum, they couldn't get past the boss in Act 2, they were repeatedly dying. What are you talking about? They were doing negative reviews? Wow, people are actually complaining. Very bad, don't whine when it's free, man, whatever, tried. I guess games break away from the Diablo tradition, and it's a Souls-like Dark Souls game. I've never heard of D2 that was PoE. Wait, what the fuck is this, bro? Very bad, do not buy. Oh my, product refunded, bro. Couldn't play. Okay, take issues, fair enough. Feels like it's 1998 again, and I'm playing Diablo slower than modern RPGs, more purposeful. It's everything I want. Dude, I can't even understand what I'm saying, bro, and I'm saying it. I was slurring so much there. I'm just not having fun in the game. Bosses take forever, and it just constantly rolling around for 5 to 10 minutes. Decent items barely drops, and everything just feels so slow. Yo, look at this. So yeah, there was. Yo, it's kind of like the current fucking guys. Currently, so yeah, no, there were definitely people complaining. Holy shit, this one's crazy. Path of Exile has been my favorite game for over 10 years now. Saying that I was hyped, Path of Exile 2 would have been an enormous understatement. The game is graphically stunning. The sound design and music is top notch. Okay, no, I can't read all this. I ain't reading all this, little bro. But yeah, no, definitely people complaining and saying it was too hard, and they were definitely saying it was slow, and they were definitely saying they wanted to be faster, and they wanted more damage and all that. They were definitely doing that.
But I don't know. I'll stop ranting and raving about it. But yeah, I got my day off to a disappointing start. Disappointing, again, might not even be the right word. I was fuming. It's been a while since a game's made me, like, actually yelp and yell in anger. But I beat Zalmarath, like, early this morning. And it took me, like, an hour and a half on just that boss.
What the fuck? That's crazy, bro. That's insane. Wait, what? An hour and a half? I mean, isn't that just showing you, though, that PoE isn't a Souls-like game? Because he's assuming that it's a skill issue, when actually he would have just not had fucking resistance on his gear. Like, he probably just didn't have cold res, or probably just had, like, 0 life on his gear. You know, it's likely it's not a skill issue. Well, I mean, it's partially a skill issue, but it's probably just getting one-shot by minions because he doesn't have cold res, which is it's itemization issue, which is because the game's about itemization. It's not about... So he would have been thinking, I just need to be better at the game. But in reality, no, he just hasn't got his character geared correctly. There's a miscommunication there and a misunderstanding, and that's because the game is telegraphing you, like, hey, it's a skill-based game. You can avoid every hit, therefore you shouldn't need to worry about all this stuff. Look, here's your kit. This is your abilities. This is how they synergize. This is the character that we've made for you. Play it, pussy. Okay. He's a better gamer than you at every game. What are you even on about? Gooby Gangs. How the fuck are you unbanned, pussy? Who the fuck unbanned Gooby Gangs? Ban this little bitch. Get the fuck out of here, pussy.
And every time I'd get him to, like, one fucking tiddly-wink of health, like, one tiny little, like, bumblebee's pube hair away from dying, and then he'd have the minions who are constantly swooping through come through and just immediately proc ice on me, and I'd die. It happened, like, 3 times. I didn't even know my body was capable of some of those, like, Looney Tunes sounds that were coming out of me, just out of absolute, like subconscious frustration. It was awful. Man, so yeah, PoE 2 0.2 is very disappointing. I am so disappointed by it, unfortunately.
All right, moistcr1tikal confirmed. PoE 2 bad. All right. I do wonder how much he is affected by this. He's obviously terminally online and, like, in touch with everything. And he does exactly resonate what Reddit feels. Like, exactly 1-to-1. Like, even using the same descriptive language. It's like he was able to embody Reddit and just... I mean, dude, they would love that. The Reddit guys are going to go fucking... They're going to be like, oh! But then, obviously, he could just be the average PoE player, and he could just be feeling exactly that at the same time.
This is a square. Can you guess which spot that goes in?
The square.
That's right. It goes in the square hole.
Yes. Okay.
And how about this rectangle? That one
Also the square.
that goes in there too.
Yeah.
Up next, we've got this thin rectangle.
The thin
Can
rectangle.
you guess where that goes?
The thin rectangle.
That's right. It goes in the square hole. And up next, a cylinder.
The circle.
I think that goes in
The circle.
the square hole. Now, we've also got this semicircle right here. Do you see a slot that would fit
The semicircle.
semicircle?
The semicircle.
That's right. It's the square hole. Okay. Up next, the triangle. We know what hole that goes
The
into,
triangle.
right?
Triangle.
That's right. The square hole. And up next, we have the arch.
The arch. The arch.
You guessed it.
The arch.
It goes in the square hole.
Yeah. That's life, bro. That's actually life.